What's the right word? I don't know. I've never seen anything like this. Why are you hanging these shorts out the window?
Because Will just wet himself.
I'm here with the chief Opal inspector.
Water park! Biggest water park in the world!
Trina's talking about moving here. She loves it that much. She wants to... that is not good. Welcome back, guys. New episode. This one's from Lightning Ridge, outback New South Wales. We jumped across the border into Queensland and we are now back in New South Wales. We were going to bring you this as part of the outback New South Wales episodes, but there's just too much to do in Lightning Ridge and we're going to see it all. What do you reckon, guys? Are you excited?
Excited! Gonna find some Opals, baby!
Front loader. Big guy behind me. Big Stan the man. So that guy right there is Stanley the Big Emu. He was conceptualized by the guy that, I don't know whether he designed it or whether he actually built it in 2007, and he was supposed to be on the Birdsville track, but
he doesn't look like an emu.
He does look like an emu. With a V-dub car there, got satellite dishes for eyes. He was too heavy to actually get to the Birdsville track. They made him here and they were going to transport him there, but with the cost of relocation and everything, he now lives at Lightning Ridge, and he's pretty cool, to be honest. So we're just cruising through the countryside of the Lightning Ridge area, the Ridgy Ditch. Got the navigator over here on the maps.
According to the lady at the Visitor Information Centre, you can't rely on Google Maps to come out here.
So we're going back to old school. So going to a place called Grawin, G-R-A-W-I-N. So it's apparently like the latest frontier on the opal hunt, and we're going to make our riches. Going to find the big opal, the big black opal, which Lightning Ridge is famous for. No, it's about 70 something k's west, and it's really kind of I don't know, like shanty or just not hillbilly. They're not the right words to use, but it's really raw. A lot of miners out this way in the 2000s, I think they discovered some decent opals out here, so it created a mini rush out this way. And some of the public noodling areas that you're allowed to do out here are actually pretty good. So we're going to go have a look. There's also the pub in the scrub, or shrub, pub in the shrub.
Pub in the scrub. There's
3 different pubs out here that all look very cool as well. I think you can camp at them for free, so we're not doing that, we're not camping, but we're going to go check them out, have a beer at them all, and just get some information off them as well, just about what we can actually do out here as well. Because it is a bit of a circuit, a bit of a road trip or a day trip. Just one of the things you can do at Lightning Ridge. So there's lots on. Like, we're going to go, it's a Good Friday, they got the Rodeo here, the Black Opal Bull and Bronc Ride or something it's called. Saturday's got the races, which is famous for its straight races or something in Lightning Ridge. There's big digs where they hide opals in dirt. You go hunting them. There's parades. There's markets. There's lots to do. It's after Kurupedi, we were kind of excited to come and check it out, and the whole vibe of the place is really cool. Like it's I don't know how to describe it, but it's just it's got lots of, it's really eclectic, maybe is the right word. What do you reckon? Is that the right word, Mama?
Yeah, and it's pumping. There's people everywhere, and it sounds like every single person in town wants to go to the rodeo. It's like the big thing for the year. So
right above you there in the front, mate.
They've also got like a carnival going on with rides and all the shows, like kind of show stuff with all the foods and that kind of thing. But there's absolutely heaps to do. I think there was plenty to do before all the Easter things are on, so we're going to be busy, I think, for the 4 days we're here.
Yeah, we'll extend, I reckon. We'll extend a day or two to check things out. So Anyway, I think we're in Frontierlands at the moment as we turn off into the Opal Fields, Grawin, Glengarry, what's that say, Sheepyards and Carters, home of the Black Seam Opal. And they've got our name written all over it, I think. Alrighty, so first stop, the club in the shrub. This is the first of three. So we're at Grawin. You can do some public floss sticking in that here. But you got Grawin, club in the shrub. You got the Sheepyard Inn.
And we haven't been to a pubs for ages.
The Sheepyard Inn and the Glengarry Hilton. So they're the three pubs out this way. We'll check them all out and see what they got. Yeah, there's the playground.
Got my bags packed, timeline on track. My winter coat stuck in the closet way back. I won't be needing that, I won't be needing that. I'm ready to fly down 65, hit the coastline in the sunshine. I'm going to find my
Club in the scrub, Mama. What are you on the beers already? It's not even 11 o'clock and you're on them.
It's glary.
5 o'clock somewhere, eh? This is a full-on, like a proper club. Like you sign in to the sports club or whatever as a member or a non-temporary member. But yeah, this is, I don't know, this sort of stuff excites me. This is really cool. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's cool. It's very I don't know what the right word is. What's the right word that
What's the right word? I don't know. I've never seen anything like this.
Rustic?
Rustic.
Shabby, farmy. I don't know. Clearly I've got no idea what I'm talking about.
She's had too many beers at 10:30 in the morning. So now these guys serve food here as well. We're not going to have food just yet. We might have that at one of the other places because we've got 2 more to go. They've got a 9-hole golf course over here.
Which is literally in the scrub.
Well, I think the Masters starts today in Augusta.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure the Masters aren't starting in Grawin.
Well, you never know. So it's comparable to Augusta, I reckon, the Masters here. So, no, red dirt, no greens.
There's people noodling over there.
9 holes. And yeah, the noodling's over there. I can see the Opals with my name on it. So, kidlets are over here. I don't know, I'm excited. I'm excited for today. So, our noodling, or fossicking for Opals, outside the club in the shrub. Club in the scrub, I think it is. Quickly sort of got boring.
Wow, it's a lot harder than it was in Cooper-Pedy. There's a lot less, I don't know, shine in the rock. They all look the same. They're all white.
All very clayey. So yeah, you're looking at white stuff basically, and you're digging through it. I don't know whether it's like new dirt that they just put up, but like Cooper-Pedy, you kind of go through and the kids can have fun, and like Eva can be finding sparkly things.
Yeah, even though they're little specks, you can kind of see them. Well, not everywhere, but you can see a lot more.
I reckon we spent 30 minutes after the beers looking for it. Trina found a little bit one with a little bit of colour, but it's kind of, I don't know what we're supposed to be doing. So yeah, that excitement and that fun we had with the kids last time is probably not there at this stage.
We'll keep trying, but yeah, it's certainly not the same. But the lady at the Visitor Information Centre did say that it's a lot harder to find them here because they wash it all here before they dump it, whereas in Cooper-Pedy they don't do that. So I guess you got more hope there than you probably do here when you're us.
Was she saying that in Lightning Ridge compared to out here? I thought out here was the unwashed stuff, and that's why. I don't know, but
I don't know.
This is kind of the new frontier, and to be honest, driving through these, I don't know whether they're called towns or whatever, it kind of feels like post-apocalyptic or something like that. They've just set up a little town.
It's really weird. The houses are all very much shacks or sheds.
It's something that our little Torquay bodies aren't used to, but it's really cool. Like it's I don't know, I can't take the grin off my face.
It looks like a Western movie or something.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
It looks like a movie set.
There's cactus everywhere and I don't know. It's cool.
It's
very different.
It's the wild, wild west out here. It feels a bit lawless and all that sort of thing. And we city slickers are cruising through town with no idea what to do. Anyway, pub number 2, what's it called? Glengarry Hilton. It's about 8k up the road. So all these pubs sort of formed on the back of miners just wanting a beer. One of the pubs, I don't know which one it is, we'll find out probably soon, opened first in the 70s, I think it was. And then floods hit and they had to helicopter or fly there. Yeah, I saw your ears prick up, mate, when I said helicopter. He's told us this morning he wants to be a helicopter pilot when he's older. Anyway, they had to helicopter the beers in to...
What's that?
Hang on, do you want to hold the camera for a sec? We've got a grader and everything on the road here. They had to helicopter the beers in, so they increased the prices by more than double. Then when the flood subsided, those beer prices remained the same. So the miners said, get out, mate. We're starting our own one. So a second pub formed. And then you got these 3 little pubs in the scrub, or pub in the scrub series, which is still very much used by the locals out this way to get a beer and everything like that. So yeah, it's very raw. It's very I don't know, just something so different from what we're used to in our little lives.
Hit the coastline in the sunshine. I'm ready to fly down 65. Hit the coastline in the sunshine. I'm going to find my new high. Hit the coastline in the sunshine.
Glengarry Hilton. Just had some lunch there and did a bit more fossicking. Fossicking was actually a bit more successful there as far as actually finding some little specks and seeing some colour in the stone, which was good. So 2 out of the pubs in the scrub done. On to number 3 now, which is the Sheepyard Inn. Mum's over here hanging Will's shorts out the window. Why are you hanging his shorts out the window?
Because Will just wet himself.
He just...
Yeah, I've got a spare pair of knickers and a spare pair of track pants, and it's 33 degrees or something, so I don't think track pants is going to cut it.
Yeah, so he had to sleep, didn't quite get his whole sleeping because we were stopping and starting, and then he wet himself, so that happens. We're about 70k from home, so he might be going to this third pub just to his jobs. Anyway, corrugations, you probably can't even hear me because I've got the window down and dust going everywhere. Ooh, she's bumpy.
I don't cry when it rains no more, or I get dirt on my shoes. I don't mind climbing 8 more floors, cause these stairs are all heading me. I don't wait for tomorrow's sunshine when I feel it today. But when it's cold in the dead of winter, remember that snow melts away. One more cold drink, one more roll, one more dance before the doors get closed. Please remember, enjoy the show. Let's get happy before.
Just at our last pub of the 3, Sheepyard Inn. Very, very cool. This is my favourite out of a lot of them. Probably not going to fossick here because it's a bit warm, to be honest.
It's got a bit hot.
So,
Where do you order your drinks, Dad? Here.
what do you mean? At the bar.
Oh,
Sheepyard Inn.
You do remember the joke.
At the bar. Oh, this is my favourite. A couple of these ones, and then we've got a 70k drive back to the Ridge, which Trina might be in charge of because I reckon I've probably had too many today already. So
Right.
the kids over here. The last train leaving the Sheepyard's over here.
Any plans or a fancy agenda? Well, let's just see where it goes. We got no care for the way people stare at the dust and the dirt on our clothes. Hey, my friend, we'll never say remember when if we keep on.
So we're back on the hard top. We're back heading towards Lightning Ridge. We've got Mama behind the steering wheel. Give us a wave, Mama. No, it's been a long day. It's 4 o'clock. We left Lightning Ridge at probably 9:30ish, I guess, to go check out the open fields of Grawin, Glengarry, and then Sheepyard. So 3 pubs out there, 3 pubs in the scrub. The club in the scrub, which is a proper club, as I said earlier. The Mum's just going to launch us into space over the cattle grid. What was it? Glengarry Hilton, where we had lunch, and then Sheepyard's Inn. Sheepyard's Inn for the win for me. What was your favourite out of 3?
Yeah, the last one was the favourite. Even though lunch was delicious, really old school burger with the lime I had. It was really
Yeah, we didn't Fossy get the last one. You could, but by then the sun had sort of kicked in and knocked us around. A few body blows and knockout punch. So around a few beers and had a few beers today. That's why Mum's doing the steering at the moment. What I wanted to say though, it is worth getting out there, and we've spent the whole day there, which was probably not the intention. Going to go back into town and get a few other things. Eva's got a little jar there of stuff we've got to clean up, and we've got a bag full of more here we're going to clean up as well. I found probably the best one I've found out of here in Cooperative, but I reckon Cooperative is a lot easier to go hunting. It's just because of the clay around this area makes it really hard and white. So, but in saying that, Trina's talking about moving here. She loves it that much. She wants to become an opal miner, and
I absolutely never said that.
we'll buy a plot and get all the diggers. And
It is absolutely Ash and Eva's thing, and me and Will did it for about 10 minutes and got over it.
actually, I think the money is probably in whoever's selling the trucks or whoever's doing all the machinery, because all the miners and that we're seeing aren't really getting around in the Beamers or the Ferraris. It seems like a really hard life, but as a tourist to come here, it's cool to see. But yeah, what I wanted to say before I sort of went rambling, the town of Lightning Ridge has what they call all these car door tours. So they've got 4 of them in town, but anywhere you kind of go, like where we've just been at Grawin, Opal Fields, all the information's on car doors. So there's the blue, there's the red, there's the, what else we got, green and yellow. So the idea behind that is you drive along the kind of the back roads or the gravel roads, and that's kind of your directional signs, and you come up to one and it's got a number on it, and then you read your map to see what it is. The reason they do it, apparently, I don't know why car door, but the reason they do the signposting parts is there's a hell of a lot of little side tracks. One, you can get lost, but 2, you can end up in some areas that are either private property and or dangerous because of the opal digging and opal mining. So there's signs everywhere, same as Cooper Peter. You don't want to venture off too far, or you might find yourself falling down a shaft. So anyway, don't think we're retiring anytime soon, but what do we still got? 3 more nights here, Mama? Plenty of time to find the big dogs and sell up and move to the hills of Beverly and live like a movie star. Rolls the eyes.
Can you tell Dad's had a few beers?
Rolls.
Going?
Actually, cheers. This one's getting a bit warm here as we launch over another cattle ring and she slams the brakes on. Oh my god. Probably safer for me to be driving after 10 beers still. So one other point that we saw, we didn't film or anything like that, probably didn't film a lot actually, didn't film the fossicking or anything, was part of the road was getting graded, what, 300 metres of road?
Yeah.
And I assume they were locals because they're in the know. They were all following the grader, like out of their cars.
In front of the grader.
Walking in front of it, walking behind it, because the grader obviously digs up road. But there was probably, what, at one point maybe 10 people?
Yeah, at least a couple of carloads.
A couple of carloads following and fossicking on the road where the grader was doing his thing. So, like, a lot of private land in that around. I assume the road is public. So, and I assume they know what they're doing. So I assume there's opals in the road. But then we went back later after the last pub and the grader had smoothed it all out. So all those loose rocks and everything that a grader digs up sort of gone. But there was still a couple of people looking then as well. So I don't know, it's just, I was just saying to Trina, we have to pinch ourselves on days like today for the things and places we're visiting, because it is just so far removed from.
So random, you'd never see something like that ever.
But yeah, no, not just the greatest stuff, the whole thing of it today. It's so different, so unique, and like big reason why we're on this whole trip in general. So. That is not good. That whole under tray body holds all our tools apart from our drill and a hammer which we had out fossicking yesterday. So, and a whole bunch of other things that we might need, but it's just spinning. Like the actual arm, I guess you'd call it, on the whale tail into the other side that latches the tray is disconnected or come apart, or I don't know. The guys from next door actually, they wanted a hacksaw because they had some issues with their suspension, and that's where I keep a hacksaw. But yeah, I went to get it out and nothing. Like the lock's fine. I think the lock's actually working. It's just that latch that literally stops the drawer from coming out is disconnected from that whale tail T handle. So we're in Lightning Ridge. It's Good Friday. We're leaving here Easter Sunday to go 800 k's towards the Gold Coast over 2 days. So we are with RACV. There's no locksmith in Lightning Ridge, so I think we're gonna have to limp and hope we don't have a flat tire. Hope we don't have anything else wrong. I've got gaffer tape that's outside of the box in the rest of the canopy. TC Boxes, who installed the tray and the under tray on it, obviously unopened. It's Easter, and anyone we possibly could call out, I assume is going to charge us a fortune because it's Good Friday as well. So a little bit of a pickle. We might just have to suck it and see, and just see if we can get to the Gold Coast. And I assume a locksmith's the person to call for it. We tried to do some pins on the with an Allen key, but I think because it's lockable, you don't want anyone being able to sort of navigate around the lock and get in some other way. So don't know, it's kind of a little bit scary, to be honest. So one of them things on the road that you never really expect that sort of stuff to happen. Yesterday a power went off here, which fortunately just was the shunt losing connection from the battery management system. and we fixed that. Again, like in such heat, you just start worrying about the fridge and the contents. But now, while we don't necessarily need anything right now in that toolbox, we don't know whether we'll need anything in that toolbox, especially with so many Ks to drive. Fortunately, on the hard top, but some of these roads around here on the asphalt are pretty pathetic anyway, so we'll have to go slow, and the 8-hour trip might, sorry, an 800k trip might take us quite a while, but then it's just luck of the draw anyway. So anyway, don't know what to do. Oh, been struggling to find a way to get on top. Haven't found a ladder or anything, so even the bays at servos, just to clean me solar. So this is what I've improvised. Get on the roof rack, got the extendable squeegee. It's working wonders.
They said, son, let me tell you a story. When I was young, I had dreams of glory. Oh, these mistakes seem to come like a flood. Until my days, they were done. But I don't wanna feel like wishful thinking. Pick myself up, move to the beat of my heart and my soul. Song for the dreamer.
Oh, we've just been to Lightning Ridge Olympic Pool or something it's called, and theme park. So I can't believe it's still a town this size has got it, but it's got this whole theme park that looks like something out of the 70s or 80s or something. It's one of them things, I reckon, if it closed and they left it abandoned for a year or two, it's like what you see on the movies where things overgrown, and I just reckon it looked like spooky or something out of Chernobyl or something like that. But it was good. Like, it was $25 for the 4 of us,
which is very good, and it was really refreshing. It was a 35-degree day,
yeah.
so I was roasting by 3 o'clock, so it was really nice to cool down.
Spent an hour in there. There's like a wave pool, which is unheard of. There's little slides. There's half decent slide, some swings and things. I don't know. It's just it's.
The kids loved it. It's really well done, and they got a 50-meter pool and a diving pool indoor as well.
Like,
it's awesome.
Don't know how they managed to get all this, but
very, very good for a small community. I don't know what the population is, but
the lifeguard was telling me, he was asking me how cold the water was. I said, mate, I'm from Southern Victoria. This is beautiful to refresh off or to cool off in. And he said it's getting a bit cold for him, so he'd freeze his nuts off, you reckon. So I'd hate to see it when it's hot, but it's hot enough for me here at the moment. So good little spot, you reckon? And then we'll turn it on. He put on the afterburners, and he didn't have a sleep today. And
you can tell he didn't have a sleep today because he screamed and cried at everything. I was over it.
You didn't want to go on some of the slides?
Didn't want to go on some of the slides. If it's not his way, it's definitely the highway, because he's a little fell when he doesn't sleep. And he's about ready to sleep now. It's not even 5 o'clock. So.
And this is the water park.
Yeah, it's the water park. So just when he doesn't sleep, it just kind of kills the rest of the day about this time, because he just turns into a little ferret, like a real feral, or ferret. But
wrecks the day for all of us, doesn't it,
Hey, we
babes?
found a fat lady. I did.
Yeah, you found that, didn't you?
Do you like the pool, babes?
It was good. I wanted to go on the other 2 pools.
Yeah, she wanted to go on the big Olympic pools and the diving boards, but entry doesn't get you into the indoor part, as far as I'm aware, and there's no reason for just to go in the big 50-meter pool, I don't think, outside anyway, because we're in the theme park bit. Anyway, ciao. So after yesterday's hunt for the opals, we now are cleaning them up. It's bright and early in the morning, as you can tell by my bed hair. I'm here with the chief opal inspector. She eats her breakfast and makes an absolute mess about it. So these ones are our keepers. They're our non-keepers. These are the ones we're still looking through. So got a little bit of colour. There's a few rocks in there that actually Just nice colours.
I'm making a little fire pit with them.
Little one there.
I'm making a little fire pit.
Yeah, a bit of colour in it. So successful haul. We just need to upgrade our jar now, don't we, Bez? Get a bigger jar
Yeah.
to fit all the opals that you find, or gems that you find, or cool rocks in general, I think. So anyway, sort of close that one out.
I'm waiting.